As time progressed, I noticed out of the corner of my eye an ever-growing cluster of engineers forming a circle around the desks occupied by the data team. Nikos, the leader of that team, was in deep conversation with another senior engineering person. I could hear every third or fourth word, as these would carry further than the others. "Wonder what's going on over there," I said to my team members who were in my immediate vicinity, gesturing towards the huddle. "Want me to go lurk?" asked Kirsten, my lead engineer and self-appointed work spouse. She got up before I had time to answer. "I'll go lurk." Kirsten's law enforcement background meant she was always very quick to volunteer to go listen in to the various happenings around the office, to gather intelligence for our team. Some things were never committed to Slack or email, and she was an invaluable source of this type of information. Kirsten wandered nonchalantly over to the group, and I watched as she attached herself to the outside of the circle. After 10 minutes or so, she slowly maneuvered back to provide an update. "Sounds like a stealth P1, she explained. "It started with one customer reporting they were seeing some incorrect data on some person records in the application. But now we have 3 customers reporting the same. They're trying to figure out why." "Oh, shit. I assume they think it's related to the new auto-knit thing?" I asked. "That's what they're talking about, yeah, but Nikos isn't so sure." "Well, perhaps we should turn it off until we figure it out," I suggested. "Be kind of embarrassing to disable that so soon after it went live," Kirsten replied. "So Nikos wants absolute proof that this is the cause before that happens." "This sounds like a stealth P1 that needs to break cover," I declared. I decided to wander over to the huddle myself to see what I could determine. Nikos saw me coming over. "It's okay, Six. We know what is causing this and how to fix it. No need for security involvement," he said. "Well, at least tell me what's up before you send me on my way," I asked, somewhat offended at being verbally batted away. "Some customers are seeing the wrong records in their tenant, possibly caused by AutoKnit. We're still figuring it out, but it's a small number and we can tidy up, no worries." "Are we disabling AutoKnit then?" I asked. "No, not at all. We're working on a fix, and that'll go live in a few minutes. Then we'll go in and tidy up. It's a handful of records." "Seems like maybe we should disable it to stop it getting worse, right?" I suggested. "I agree," came an engineer's voice from within the huddle. "Yeah, me too," said another. Nico shook his head. "Fix is almost in. AutoKnit is doing well, except for a handful of exceptions. We expected this. It's totally under control," he said. "Okay, if you say so, but I'm always inclined to be more risk-averse, of course. I will keep my ears open for an update," I replied. As I walked away from the huddle, an engineer pulled up alongside me. "Hey, Six, you realize that this bug is causing people to have access to records they shouldn't be able to access, right?" "Huh? What? How?" came my startled response. "Yeah, the AutoKnit thing has started to match data from one customer's source system to person records in another customer's tenant. And if their users log in, they can see the information collected by someone else. It's gone nuts. Isn't that like a privacy issue or something?" "Yes, absolutely it is, but I thought it was only a handful of records impacted." "That we know of," said the engineer, who split away towards the restrooms like a fighter jet leaving a display formation. I did an about turn and headed back towards Nikos. "Nikos, we've got to turn this thing off, right? We can't have customers accessing other customers' data." "Six, just because the records might get mismatched, it doesn't mean folks are going to log in and view them before we tidy up. I promise you, the fix is almost in, and the risk is extremely low," Nikos responded. "I am extremely concerned about this, Nikos. We have enough external crap to deal with without doing this to ourselves." In the world of multi-tenant software as a service, what was happening was known as cross-pollination. Data from one customer was being commingled with another. A worst-case scenario, and just as bad from a security team's perspective as any other type of security incident.